I decided to study with the NSS a good few years back when I'd done an elixir ceremony with Christof, a retreat there, and seeing Christof and Alaya, there was something very powerful in the energy they were holding. I'd seen in the wider personal development world that there's often quite a lot of kind of masculine and mind-based stuff. And then there's some amazing shadow work stuff being done. But in what I saw with Christof and Alaya and the kind of containers and experience that they hold, there was a depth to the shadow work that I'd not seen anywhere else. And I knew from previous connections with Christof the power of his healing skills. And so when he then made a training available that brought together the deep shadow work, that brought together the energetics, the energy healing, it was something I knew I had to apprentice in, because I've always been drawn to things that are at the cutting edge. And so I was already starting to work with clients in more of a coaching capacity, but wanted a way to take them deeper. And this for me, like, absolutely fit the bill. And it turned out to be that and a lot more. So yeah, that was the original reasoning. Looking back, I now realise that the thing that, like, the real challenge that training with the NSS has supported me in is, and it's a combination of confidence and alignment. The alignment of all of the different elements of my practice, bringing those all together, and then an alignment of this is the path. Like, this is how I walk in service, aligned with my soul. So some of the biggest shifts for me have been, on a personal level, some of the really deep shadow work, getting to those core wounds, and most particularly there, having a process, a predictable process I can share with clients, but then also use for myself. So having a way to go from, oh, I'm annoyed by this person, right, through to, that is why this trigger is occurring. This is what I can do to shift it. So to have such potent tools at my ready disposal has been, really, really powerful. So that would be one kind of major shift. The thing that is difficult to convey in words is the experience of support within the Neo Shamanic Society. And that ripples out right from Christof and Alaya at the heart, through to the core team, and then the team behind the team, if you like, right? Those who are making things happen behind the scenes. And most particularly, the peer group you're studying with. And I've been to other programs, done other retreats, but when we gather live, there is nothing like it. There is nothing like the sense of connection, the depth, the safety, and the potency of the transformation that you share as a soul family. And I think that's the biggest, like, secret sauce, if you like, of the Neo Shamanic Society is there is nothing on this planet right now, and like, I've done a lot of the stuff, right? There's nothing on this planet right now like the live experiences with the Neo Shamanic Society, for what you experience from a community and support perspective and a personal and planetary transformation perspective. So the ways I use what I've learned within the NSS in my day-to-day life, it's hard to pin down because it's a constant. What it has actually done, as I reflect here now, is it's given me a new operating system. It's given me a new frequency set point to operate from in my life, and a new operating system with which to harness that frequency. So you may have come across this notion that most people are walking around with thinking that life happens to them. And the first shift is that life happens for me, then life happens as me, and then the final piece, and this is where I am at thanks to my time within the NSS, is life is me. that I am this unique fractal of the divine, experiencing the majesty of life. And I get to do it alongside a load of other incredible fractals of the divine. And the question is, what is the beautiful, infinite game we would most love to play? And so that is the question I live into on a day-to-day basis as a result of my time in the NSS. It's a real challenge for me in saying how or if I'd recommend the program to others. Because the Neo Shamanic Society isn't just a program. That's the thing. It is a deep journey that will transform how you operate in life, how your business operates, if you're in the healing or coaching or people helping arts. And it will transform how you show up in the world, full stop. And so if you're watching these words, and I've got no idea how you might have come to be watching these words, but if you are, there's a reason for it. And if there is something about your current healing or coaching practice that you feel like needs a shift or needs more depth, or if there are ways in your life where you're like, I'm not quite getting the traction with life that I want here. Like this is, I'm never going to say the way because all roads lead to God. But this is a way that I know has utterly transformed everything in my life. And I know I can speak for others because they would say the same if they were here in my shoes. So if you are looking for things that can make a shift in your life, and this has come across your path, there is a reason. And the thing that I would invite you to connect with is, like, what is the great joy that you want to move towards? And as you connect with that, does this path with the Neo Shamanic Society feel a part of that calling? And if there's a fit, dive. If you are considering this program, it's time to acknowledge it's not a small commitment. All right? It's not a small financial commitment, depending on where you're at with your finances. It's not a small commitment in terms of your time, effort, and energy, because you will be called into a deeper, more expanded version of yourself. And that is not always easy. It is always worthwhile, though. So you can scroll on from here, right? Depending on how this information shows up for you. Or you can pause and say, am I ready to take a major step to change everything about my life? And if the answer to that question is yes, then to know that it is a major step, that you will be called to become more. And if that's what you want, then it's a step you must take.